Hey guys, what's up? It's Jimmy, and today we're going to be taking a look at Pokemon Pinball for the Game Boy Color. How do our favorite pocket monsters mix with the classic game of pinball? Let's find out. Pokemon Pinball, released for the Game Boy Color on June 28, 1999, is a spin-off title for the Pokemon series that mixes the gotta-catch-em-all aspect of the main series RPGs and classic pinball. The game was developed by Jupiter, that are known for other quirky games like the Game Boy Camera, Mario's Picross, and The World Ends With You. I'm sure I'll be covering some of their other games in the near future. Pokemon Pinball is known for its rumble feature that was built right into the cartridge. All you've got to do is pop a AAA battery into the slot and you're good to go. It goes off when various things are done on the board, such as flicking the bumpers, hitting the various Pokemon on the board, and especially when it lands on the Pikachus over on the sides. Seriously, this thing goes nuts. To some, I'm sure it can get annoying, so thankfully, it can be turned off. Simple pinball rules apply here. You knock the ball around with the bumpers, controlled by A and B, and try to rack up points. It's a basic control scheme that can be customized to your liking, which I thought was pretty neat. If the ball falls onto the bumpers, you lose a ball, which is essentially like a life. There are two pinball boards to play on. You have the red board and the blue board. You use these boards' features to capture the 151 original Pokemon to complete the game's Pokédex. Just like the main series games, there are other Pokemon exclusive to certain boards, so you'll need to master both of them to catch them all. To catch them all, you'll need to cycle through different locations on the board. These locations are like a Pokemon's habitat and are depicted in these pictures that appear in the middle of the board. Certain Pokemon will appear when certain locations appear. Simple as that. To actually get to the point where catching a Pokemon is possible, you need to shoot the ball in a certain point on the board. For the red board, it's the Bellsprout's mouth. On the blue board, it's a Cloyster. This will activate Catch Mode. In Catch Mode, a silhouette of a Pokemon will replace the picture in the middle of the board. To fill in the silhouette, you'll need to bash the Voltorbs on the red board or the Shelder on the blue board. As soon as you do this, the Pokemon will start to appear until it's no longer just a picture and an actual Pokemon sprite on the board. Then, all you need to do is hit this Pokemon 4 times with your Pokeball, and boom, you've caught it. To maximize your points when you catch it, you can upgrade your Pokeball. If you go through these slots at the top of the board enough times, you can gradually upgrade your Pokeball to a Great Ball, then an Ultra Ball, and finally, a Master Ball. Unlike the main series games, however, the different Pokeballs don't have any impact on actually catching the Pokemon. It's just the points you earn. After you catch a Pokemon, light up all the Evo lights, then aim to get the ball in the Slowpoke's mouth on the blue board, and on the red board, aim for the area behind the Ditto. This will activate Evolution. Choose the Pokemon that you want to evolve, if it can evolve, and then the evolution sequence will begin. To evolve the Pokemon, you have to collect different experience tokens that are spread around the field. Then go to the hole in the middle of the board, and huzzah! Your Pokemon has evolved. If you manage to catch 3 Pokemon, then you'll have the option to go to a minigame. There are several minigames, most of which I'm not actually good enough at the game to access. Each board has 2 exclusive games. For the red board, it's a Diglett and a Gengar game. For the blue board, it's a Meowth and then a Seal game. Beat both games on either board and go to a Mewtwo game. In terms of presentation, the game doesn't do anything very impressive, but it's not a big deal. It is a pinball game after all. The boards are filled with color and lots of decorations. There seems to be something going on all over the place. Each Pokemon's animation, while simple, has a nice charm to it. When it comes to the music, the game also does a nice job of taking songs that we are familiar with and giving them a new twist, as well as giving us some new tunes to listen to. All these songs mixed together to form a simple but enjoyable soundtrack. However, while it's good, it isn't anything special either. Plus, the variety is very limited in terms of what plays on the boards. You'll often get very sick of hearing the same song on loop over and over as you play. The game offers some good replay value. There's the Pokédex that you can try to complete, and if that isn't your thing, then you could always try to go for high scores on both boards and explore different minigames that you can unlock. Nowadays, though there are better options, mainly its sequel, you could really only recommend it to Pokemon fans that want a fun twist on pinball's mechanics with their favorite creatures strewn about the boards. Pokemon Pinball, while not a very interesting game, has held up decently well over the years. I don't see it piquing a non-Pokemon fan's interest, but if you are a fan of the series, definitely track the game down. It goes for pretty cheap nowadays, and I think you'll enjoy it. I give Pokemon Pinball a 7.5 out of 10. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time with more videos.